Do you do door-to-door spring cleanups?
It
wasn't in the bid.
But
It
we
wasn't in
asked.
the bid, but we
We
did the
asked.
best bid,
We asked.
because we know how to
For
bid.
every city around here.
We know how to bid small towns.
You
We have-
put in there
we
10
have-
dumpsters where somebody's gotta take it to it, and then after the 10 dumpsters, the city's gotta pay for it.
We have multiple contracts where
But
they
that's not
that they
what's
have
put in,
curbside
so.
service when the city has asked for them. We asked if that's what they preferred, and we were not given an answer because there was no RFP.
See, that's where I'm saying the bids are mixed up, because if you got one person bidding one way and another person bidding the other
I
way.
can assure you it doesn't cost $8 to $9 a house for
I was told it
curbside.
cost
Does
$99.
does the extra 20 people you have employed in one town cost money, or you just do that for free? Do you pay those people?
I'll address the council if you have any
Please do.
questions.
Well, yeah, you should address my question, because that's a valid question.
What's happened here, in my opinion, is we've gotten off of what they originally wanted to do. Our original thought pattern was clean up Kennett.
Yeah.
It wasn't, whether it's Sharp or Republic or whomever getting a bid, it was about cleaning up Kennett, correct?
And that goes back to what Mr. Wheeler said and what I told him. That's the reason if he would have bid on it, I would not have voted for it at all, because I wasn't putting anybody in work.
And that's the position I took 20 years ago when we brought this up. And I fought the council until they finally said, let's just put it to the vote of the people, and it was voted down 70-30. So I've been through this before, guys. I've been through this when, some of the people in here weren't even in Kennett or were kids, and so I understand the fight on this thing. But I did something. I drove around Kennett and looked. Our problems could be fixed easier than one trash service. And I was told the problem was, well, we write somebody a ticket, nothing happens. We don't have a city court. Well, that's not true. It goes to Spillman, and I have figured out what the problem is there also, and that can be fixed. But some of the problem, and I talked to some rental property people, I would guess 90% of our problem is not rental property. I've drove around and I looked, and I think that can be fixed. I think there's ways to fix that with the two different companies that are picking up trash. I mean, we've got an ordinance on the book that says you have to have trash pickup. Enforce it. We've got an ordinance on the books that says you gotta put your trash can out, can't put it out 12 hours before it's picked up, it can't be left out 12 hours after it's picked up. I mean, we've got the laws in place, we just need to enforce them. And that would solve a lot of the trash problems, and then all the people can have whatever carry they want. And because I've talked to too many people that have just are like, I want to keep dealing with who I'm dealing with. I don't want to be forced to deal with whomever. And either way, I mean, not necessarily Sharp or Republic. I mean, either way, they want to have their choice, and I think we can fix this without being so drastic and making everybody crazy. And it's just my thought pattern on it. And I keep going back to you, Marco. You're upset about this over 75 customers.
It's not 75, don't say, please don't say that. It's not 75 customers.
What is it? What is it?
What is what? It's not just 75 customers.
What is it?
First and foremost, we won the bid, period. So therefore, now, we won the city of Kent. But if you want to talk about 75 customers, that's not just it. If you guys go back to free market, there's 5. They're going to come in at $10 a month. And then they're going to put the 2 local people out of business, or again.
There's only 2 left, Republic and Sharp.
Yeah, exactly.
So the free market doesn't guarantee your business.
No, it didn't.
And
We were doing
the
just fine.
government doesn't guarantee anybody's
We were
business.
doing just fine until all this happened. We won the bid.
I
So
understand.
now we've created a committee
But I think that
to talk about.
how in the world you want to bid is beyond me. Hilbert spoke about it. I mean, you look at it.
It was screened 480 for
You
5
can
years. That's
put
all
that
it
bid
is.
in front of a 10-year-old and they can say, which one is gonna save the city, the people of Kent more money, and that they can look at it and say, well, golly, that's pretty simple.
Well, you know, our price is the same from day one to the end of year 5. Never changes,
Okay.
except for, my new fuel charge that will probably
Yeah.
never happen.
Which I agree with you, probably will never happen because it's,
If it does, then we're all,
It's
we're
very
all
unlikely.
in that.
so
We
what
don't come, we're not gonna come back yearly and ask for an extra increase on top of a paragraph of things. We're not gonna come back yearly and ask for an increase that we have built in. It's an easy budgetable item that we still employ 15 to 20 people local to Kennett, and we do our job and we do it well. And that's just what we wanna do. We won the bid.
I'm looking at, I'm going to Republic's bid because you kept saying, well, we're not gonna go up, we're not gonna go up. And Republic's bid, in case the people that haven't seen it, and you can come up here and look at it, the first year is $1433. In addition to that, however it's billed is gonna have to be
On top.
on top of that. So there's gonna be a fee of billing, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. But we'll take Marlin. I think Marlin charges 10%, is that, you know?
Well, I happened to be there when the contract was written in 2007. I was the municipal attorney, and that they charge for their Board of Public Works. They have a contract with the Republic. They've been for 15 years, and they've renewed it every 4 or 5 years, and they're paying about $16 now. And then, to answer your question directly, in that ordinance, the city of Kennett, the city of Malden for their Board of Public Works kept 10% for the billing process for any non-payments and those kinds of things. Now, I don't think that contract's changed much in the last 15 years, other than I'm sure gone. I think it started at 9 or 10, and now it's like at 16.
So then, okay, thank you very much. I'm glad you had that information for us. So now we're at, 2385. It's not here, we're at 14 and then,
1433 per year.
so we're 15 something. We'll just round it up to $16 with all that, with that fee. So you can just add a couple dollars, we'll say $2. Just round it up, make it easier, because these numbers, I can't calculate that quick.
Some
But they're
some cities
1433,
charge anywhere from
1490.
50 cents.
Excuse me?
Some cities charge like 50 cents, some of them charge 5%. It varies very.
So the fifth year, they're at 1676, plus you'd add the 10%, which is, like I said.
Now, wait a minute, did you account for the yearly ask for a raise in there?
The yearly what?
No, did you account for that? Not, I'm
Account
just
for what?
laughing, but the yearly account for a raise, it's in the contract, in the bid, did you look at that?
Which part? Where's it say? I didn't
I
account
hope it was-
for, here's what I did account for. Rate adjustments has to be approved by the city council.
Yeah, okay, so have you ever sat in on a meeting like that? I know that this is a different market, but it's the same company. Have you ever sat in on a meeting where they come back in every year and ask for a 20% increase?
No,
Are
but,
No,
you
you have
talking
not.
about the one in Tennessee?
No, you have not, but I have.
Are you talking about the one in Tennessee?
Yes.
Are you talking about the one in Tennessee where you advocated for that rate because we were undercharged there? And this was in an open market area, not a municipal franchise?
Did you ask for a 20%
Is
increase?
this the one that you're talking about? This is not a municipal contract, that was an open market
It's a
area
county
in a
contract.
county, that's correct. It is not a dense market like municipal.
Who asked for the increase?
We did.
You
And
right?
did you say that we needed it and that was a fair rate for that area?
Miles
Did
per-
those words come
miles
out of
per
your
stop.
mouth?
But,
Did they?
but who asked for the
Please do not
increase?
bring up an excuse or an example if you're not prepared to answer the questions.
I'm answering the question, I just got done saying, who asked for it?
We
I said,
did.
yes, it was a decent rate there
Okay,
because miles
thank
per
you.
stop.
We asked for a decent rate to be
$750
paid
per
for
stop is
in that
24
area,
stops.
yes.
But,
He is correct, we did ask for that rate in a different market in Tennessee that is open market, not
Twice.
municipal. That is
Twice.
correct.
once in January, once in December.
And what was the rate there?
Oh, I don't remember, it's not in the market.
Yeah, it was $9 to like 12. And you
That-
said,
that
and
was
you
for senior
said
citizens.
that you had multiple municipal contracts in which you charged anywhere from $20 to $30, and we were charging 12.
Ah,
Go ahead, I'm
You
sorry.
better
Did
bring
you
the
have anything
minutes,
else?
'cause I don't know about
Can
all
I
that.
just say
Never
that
heard
if
that.
I continue to use Sharp, I will cancel my subscription with them and I will go to Republican because I'm sick and tired of hearing him badmouth and cuss and everything else that he has done over the last two council meetings that we have been to. As a business owner, he should not be doing that.
Oh,
I understand his frustration, but his frustration has been brought on by the bidding process that I still say is incorrect.
My frustration is because I got two businesses that I represent that could potentially go bankrupt, their families. I'm carrying a lot on my shoulders right now that we want to bid and we're not going forward.
Buying Wheeler, you got all the business except for 75, and that 75 is gonna make the difference. I keep saying that, I keep going back to that because the numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
So say some people get mad and say, I'm not gonna use Sharp, like you do.
That's fine.
And you say, I'm not gonna use Sharp, so, all right, now it's 76 people.
Oh, that's
So
good.
what if it goes to 500?
So good.
You still got 4,000.
So
Question of legality.
service outreach rate. So that's what we're prepared to do.
So then why are you even concerned about it? Since you're so much better, then it's a moot situation.
At the end of the day, we want to do it.
At the end of the day, you want a bid that was improperly put out there.
I have a question, and I'm a councilman in Ward 3. When this issue came up, did you canvass your ward to find out how the citizens in Ward 3 felt about this?
I did write letters out.
You wrote a letter? I'm afraid I didn't receive your letter.
I wrote about 150 letters.
150, that's all the voters in Ward 3.
Nobody responded back. So I
I'm
quit
sure,
writing letters.
you know, I didn't receive any information, didn't know anything
I
about
did.
it.
I did reach
Uh,
out to that amount by letter.
Right now, there are 70% of Americans, not in Kennett, but in America, that are living paycheck to paycheck.
And I understand that.
Okay, and here's, you know, and a lot of those paychecks are Social Security. Basically, and our Ward 3 is basically one of the poor wards in this city. And you only sent out 150 letters